Hi everybody, I'm David Crisaro and it is time to be awesome. We are here on the last night of the Effectors Convention in Batavia, New York, 2009, and we are very lucky because my friend Ray Kosby has agreed to sit with us for a few minutes. Ray, thanks for coming on.
Glad to be here.
Now, a lot of you guys know Ray Kosby. He's got a couple cool DVDs out on the market, and he's probably most well known for his Ray's Rise card trick, which, if you've never seen it, is absolutely beautiful, where a selected card gets left near the bottom of the deck sticking out, and with just a simple snap of the wrist, it appears halfway up in the deck, and another snap, it appears near the top, one more snap, right up on the top of the deck. One of the most visually stunning pieces of card magic that I've seen in a very long time.
Thank you.
It really is great. Now, one of the things I want to talk to you about, Ray, is you've got a lot of cool stuff out there. Your two probably most popular DVDs that I've seen is Impossible Card Magic and Impossible Close-Up Magic. Two things that contain very visual, very stunning, unique magic. But the one other thing is this. It's hard. These are not self-working card tricks. This is not self-working close-up magic. You've got some very knuckle-busting moves in these routines. Are you somebody who tries to incorporate hard moves in your material? Is it just you've got an end idea for a presentation, and if it takes a knuckle-busting move to get there, so be it? What's your philosophy on that?
No, I don't try. It just happens.
It just happens to be that way.
Yeah.
So do you start off with, I want to end here, this is what I want the effect to look like?
Sometimes.
And it's just what takes it to be that way?
Sometimes. There's some effects that I start off with, this is what I want to happen, and I like sleight of hand, so that's another restriction, so I tend to lean that way.
You tend to lean more slight, heavy type stuff than anything else.
Now, if it is easy, it's great. I have a few things that just you can do within minutes. An oil and water, for example. Right,
which was in Spectacle,
That's right?
The Spectacle book, which is, if you've never seen it, it's one of my favorite oil and water routines. It's not slight heavy. It's one of the few things I've seen that's not really hard to do.
In that case, I wasn't trying. Well, I was trying to do oil and water, but I had no idea what it was going to look like or what I was trying to do. I just started playing with things. I said, you know what? Nobody ever applied this move to it. I wonder what would happen. I just started playing with it, and all of a sudden it happened. So then I had to backtrack and figure out what I did. And then after about a half an hour of fighting with it, I realized what happened. And I had it. But then there are other things, like a color-changing apple.
Yes.
Where it took 5 years to come up with or more.
Ray, let's talk for a second about that color-changing apple. If you've never actually seen the effect before, it's really cool. What happens is you've got a red apple in your hands, and you usually take a bite of it, you give somebody a deck of cards to shuffle, tell them to shuffle it, take another bite, then they look back at you, wave of the hand, and now it's a green apple.
Yes.
Tell me about how that sort of came about and when you sort of came to that realization of, here's how I'm going to be able to do this.
I figured that out at the Magic Castle. I was a junior member when I was younger.
Okay.
And when I became 21, I became a sponsor for other junior members.
Okay.
And mostly just once a month you go to a meeting and you just hang out.
Okay.
And one time, two other sponsors, I think it was Jeff Simmel and Jim Starr or Jerry Blunt, I'm not sure which, were talking about Martin Lewis's color-changing pencil. And they said it was one of the best magic effects in modern-day magic.
Okay.
You push a pencil through your hand, it changes color, your hands are clean, you can do it surrounded. It's a wonderful trick.
And did you start to think to yourself, that's a lot of the elements that you were looking for?
Not then.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Okay.
I'd never seen it, never heard of it. And so I was listening in on their conversation, I wasn't part of it, and I said, excuse me, can you tell me what that is? And they explained to me how it worked, and then it hit me. I said, oh my God, I can apply that to the apple.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, listen in on other people's conversations. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Huge jobbing.
What I'm saying is, be patient.
Be patient.
And keep an open mind.
Let something sort of settle in your mind. But there is also an element to what you're talking about, which is gathering information. You don't just expect to sit at home and one day the light bulb goes off, and that might not happen. You may need to go out there and research and listen and read and gather everything in and say, all right, now all these little ideas are flooding around my head, and which one's going to apply?
Just because something doesn't hit you today doesn't mean you have to be frustrated and give up.
That's true too.
And just keep it in mind, and maybe one day things will happen.
Perfect. Now the other thing that I really like about Ray Kosby is that you're a very giving magician. You really are. You guys have to see it. Any convention I've seen Ray at, when there's sessioning going on, Ray's right in the middle of it, and you'll share anything. You'll work with everybody. When somebody's sitting there going, I can't get that move down, Ray sits there and he works with them and he gets it. How important is that to you, the element of this is a fraternity and I'm going to share my stuff around?
It's essential. When I started out doing magic, there's very few books available. The book boom hadn't started yet.
How long have you been doing magic?
I don't know, since 75 or 76 maybe.
So you're going at 30-something years right now.
That's just a guess.
Okay, okay.
And it was on and off at first, or just mild interest, and it just sort of grew over time.
Mm-hmm.
But besides the lack of books, there wasn't a lot of local magicians that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started meeting some magicians, they weren't always willing to share with somebody just starting out.
Okay.
And it was hard. You had to struggle. You had to be patient. You had to wait, which is good. Which is good. But I thought, as I was doing this, I thought, if I get to a more advanced point, I'm going to kind of do the opposite. I'm going to...
Gonna give.
Yeah, I mean, within reason.
Of course, of course.
But I'm going to make it a little easier.
Okay. I have one final question, and this kind of relates to everything we've been talking about so far, which is, when it comes to the heavy sleights, when it comes to those things, do you have any advice for somebody out there who is working on a piece of Ray Kosby material, working on, or maybe not, maybe working on a difficult sleight, and they go, I can't get this? I'm sure that's happened to you before.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Lots
ever...
of times.
Now, do you stop and go, I can't get it, I've given up? Or do you say, you know what, I can't get it, screw that, I am pushing forward until I get it?
Both.
So you've said there's times where you go,
I give up, and there's times when I'm saying, I'm just going to keep on doing this half hour a day until it happens.
so if somebody says to you, Ray, I can't get that sleight that you do.
I'll tell them.
What's your advice? Is your advice keep going, you can do it, let me help?
It depends.
Or is it...
I think people are the best judge of what they can do or can't do, and pushing somebody to try to do something that they've given up on isn't always the smartest thing. Because what'll happen, I think, is maybe they'll give up on it for a while, and then on their own, they might come back to it, and I don't need to help them with that. But if somebody says to me, my hand's too small, or I got windows or something like that, and I can't do this, I'd be a little bit inclined to say, that probably doesn't matter. Just see what happens. Keep going. Just don't kill yourself over it.
Okay, right. Within reason, understand that for a lot of things, it is possible with the right amount of practice.
I think sometimes if you just want to learn something difficult, a half hour a night after a month or two, that will do it.
But that's dedication, and unfortunately, not a lot of people have that strict dedication to it. They might try for a little while, and if they don't get it immediately, then I give up.
That does happen.
And that's a problem.
No.
Well, it's not going to get this. You're not going to get the success rate that maybe you could if you put in that dedicated time.
That's true. But maybe they need the break, and then later on, when they change how they feel about things, they might go and attack it again, and they might have success. Or it might settle in their subconscious if that's what really happens, and all of a sudden they might come up with something else. I don't know. Sometimes quitting is a valid option.
You hear that, kids? Sometimes you gotta quit. But within reason, you have to know your limitations.
You can't quit at everything. You gotta give yourself, you gotta believe in yourself to some degree. Even if failure is part of life. So you gotta fail a lot of times, and all of a sudden, boom, it'll happen.
That's great. Well, I mean, if you guys haven't seen From Ray stuff, you have to check it out. The 2 DVDs, or the 3 DVDs that I know about, one is Impossible Card Magic, one's Impossible Close-Up Magic, right?
Yes. Both
Both of those are available through Mayor Yedid's website, that's mymagic.com. And you did an international lecture as well, so you can go to internationalmagic.com and get Ray's lecture there. You gonna take a second and do something for us?
Yes.
Cool. So we're gonna take a quick break right now. Ray's gonna come back. Ray's gonna be awesome. I'm Dave Casal. This is Ray Kosby. Let's go check it out. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Ray Kosby, and this is Ray's Rise. We're gonna cut to a card at random. Let's see what it is. The 3 of diamonds. I just place it in the middle of the deck and press down with my thumb, and it comes up right through the other cards. Now I'm going to show you how this is done, how it gets to the top, not how it sticks to my thumb. You don't want to know that. We're going to put Dave's initials on the card. DC is the only card in the deck with any initials on it, let alone DC. And the way it works is inside this deck of cards is a tiny staircase. I'm going to put it a little lower in the deck than that. So it starts off near the bottom. But every time I shake, it climbs a few steps. So if I give it a gentle shake, it jumps up from near the bottom to about the middle. Give it another shake, it jumps up from near the middle to near the top. Give it one last shake, it jumps up from near the top to the top. That's Ray's Rise. Thank you very much.